Thanks so much, everybody. Thank you, Peter, Tim, Mr. Mayor. Thanks so much, and to the whole AeA group. I really appreciate the opportunity to be invited to join you this evening and spend a few minutes with you. I'm new to Southern California. I took this job with Gateway in September of last year, and my wife and I and our kids moved out here in October from the East Coast. I'm really an East Coast person by legacy. But I tell you, this place is really easy to get used to, and it's terrific. The first thing, I'm sure everybody comments on the weather. We're still waiting for winter to get here. But we came out here with two little girls. We have a 3-year-old girl and a 2-year-old girl. And we were happy to welcome a 4-month-old boy now since we've been out here. So we're having a great family experience in Southern California. The second thing that has really struck me about living out here is how friendly the people are. People out here are incredibly, incredibly friendly. But that may, in fact, have something to do with the weather also. But we're very excited to be in Southern California. I'd also say I'm very excited to be a part of Gateway. Gateway is a company that I followed as an observer for a large part of my career, which has been spent associated with the PC industry in many different respects. And it's been interesting to watch Gateway and its different manifestations and its different strategies. And one of the things that really excited me about coming to Gateway is that in spite of all the business model changes it's gone through, it has this incredibly resilient brand. We still have 96% brand awareness, aided brand awareness among consumers. We're the number 3 PC company in the United States with 15% of the consumer market share. So one of the things that we like to remind myself and remind our entire team is that 15% consumer market share is something that I think an awful lot of companies would kill for. And so it's a great foundation for us to build off of. We have this brand, the market share. We have a history of product innovation. And I think an image in the industry and an image in the marketplace for being a somewhat friendly, fun brand, a little whimsical at times, but with a real history of product innovation. So happy to be with Gateway. I think we have a great future ahead of us. We have a lot of things to work on in terms of making sure our operations improve. And you'll probably see us focusing more of our resources in the future on the consumer marketplace than on the business marketplace. But we think we have a plan in place that's going to lead to success, and we're excited about where we're headed. Now, I was given this very weighty topic to talk to about how to overcome the pressures of global competition. And in a very short period of time, I'm going to offer maybe 1 or 2 thoughts on that. And the key thought I would offer is if we're going to overcome global competition, we have to be open to what the globe provides. We have to be open to all the capabilities that are available to us as companies around the world and open to all the market opportunities that all those different geographies represent for us. If you think about the PC industry for just a second, and it is kind of near and dear to my heart, the company that, for lack of a better phrase, invented the IBM-compatible PC isn't in the PC business. Compaq is now a brand, not a $40 billion company. 2.5 years ago, people thought HP was an also-ran in the business with the wrong strategy. And look where they are today. 2 years ago, people thought Dell was unstoppable. Look where they are today. Apple's had its ups and downs, but an incredible resurgence. And my own company has had times when it's been at the top of the game and times when it's really had to compete awfully hard to be a presence in the marketplace and successful in the marketplace. So this industry just has enormous change going through it all the time, and I'm sure that your industries do as well. And I think what's happened, what's caused people to go from being king of the hill to run of the mill is their business models haven't kept up with the changes in the marketplace. And we tend to think that this rapid change is something fairly recent, but I would argue it's been with us forever. And I ran across a quote actually a couple of months ago I want to share with you. And it goes like this: "Indeed, I have never seen a decision with respect to distribution channels that was not obsolescent 5 years later and badly in need of new thinking and fundamental change." Peter Drucker, and the year is 1964. So 5 years. So if you think about the business models that you have today, is it 5 years old? And in 1964, he would have argued that if you have a 5-year-old business model that you're executing, you're probably way out of date. And that was in 1964, and I would suggest it's accelerated since then. But the other thing that has changed since 1964, I believe, are the options that are available to us. Today, we can manufacture and we can provide customer support from anywhere around the world. Companies can elect to move their entire procurement departments to China, and they do that. You can insource or outsource your product design. And a lot of companies have just built an entirely virtual corporation around external partnerships and keeping only a very small core of capability inside the company. And Cisco and Nike have proven that that model works. So my point is, as the market changes, we have to be adept at being open to all that's available to us everywhere in the world to take advantage of it to build business models that work in today's environment. I'll leave you with one last example in our industry. One of the major trends in the PC industry today, and it's been going on for a couple of years now, is a shift from people buying desktops to buying notebooks. On the surface, that doesn't sound like much, but that changes the whole game when you stop to think about it. When you're buying a desktop, you're focused on speeds and feeds, features, price, performance. Suddenly, when you're buying a notebook, that becomes a style statement as you walk down the street with a notebook, or as you carry it into the office, or you use it in your home. So when people buy notebooks, they want to focus on style and design. What that means is they want to see it, they want to pick it up, they want to see how heavy it is. Does it look good carrying it? Do they like the color? Very different buying decision from a desktop. So what you're going to see in the PC companies, I think, is a refocus and a need to re-engineer their business models to put a greater emphasis on design. So we're going to have to think about who are the great design houses in industrial design that we can use. How do we leverage our manufacturing partners and the design capabilities they have? Do we keep that in-house? And these may not seem like major items to you, but I suggest to you we're going to be looking globally as to where the great design houses are for electronics in the future. It also changes your channel strategy. If somebody has or wants to pick up a notebook and see it and carry it and test it before they buy it, I would suggest to you that they're going to go to a retail outlet to do that, not buy it over the internet. So you're seeing a huge shift today from people buying directly over the internet, which was really the base of Gateway's legacy, to shifting to retail. And fortunately, Gateway was in a position to acquire a retail-centric company a few years ago, which is now our primary channel. So my only point on all this is overcoming global competition is stay open to everything that the globe has to offer. And most importantly, be flexible in your business models and be willing to change. Thank you very much.